Hi everyone, Nigel Brooks here, Senior Consultant at SME Skills. Just wanted to come with another quick refresher video following on from your sales strategy in the workshop about how you can maximise the number of leads that you're generating every month. And what people think is that when I want to go out there and generate leads, I've got to be active, I've got to do stuff, I've got to go out there and I've got to find these people and drag them home so that we can start working with them. Not necessarily the case. There is a passive way of doing it, and it's called strategic partners. Many people are part of networking groups that are, globally known for referral marketing, and that's very close to what I'm talking about. But what I'm on about is putting that on steroids. So instead of going into a room where you've got maybe it's 20, maybe it's 30 people, all of different industries that are looking to refer business to you, strategic partners, they're all specifically in one industry. So if you look at one of our case studies, Hugo Carter, what we did with them as a bespoke window fitter is, instead of 30 different industries, we put them in touch with 30 architects, because all of those architects are recommending windows to the building trade. They're all very relevant to that client that's trying to, or that, the company, the starting company that's trying to develop their strategy. So strategic partners. What do I mean by strategic partner? You may have got a clue from what I've just said, but I'm talking about a company that shares the same client base as you do, but in a non-competitive way. So for example, for me as a sales consultant, a website designer is probably a really good example, or an accountant, someone who wants to get more money out of their clients but needs them to have more money to start with so they can charge more services too. So accountants are really good for me. IFAs are really good, exactly the same thing. They want to charge more money, they need the client to have more money so they can do that to increase the level of services. They refer them to me, we increase the sales. The byproduct is they can then get more money out of the business. See, so they're working with the same clients but in a non-competitive way. So break it down. Strategic partners, A's, B's and C's. The more of them you have, the better it's going to be. But it is definitely the case that this channel is definitely one of the hardest to get right on your sales strategy. But when you get it right, my word, it is so powerful. You'll have leads coming at you left, right and centre, so that while you're out doing the active thing of networking, hosted events and things like that, you've got this passive lead generation coming in that you can just deal with in your own time. But it's also sustainable, because the key is it's also something that it's not overwhelming necessarily, because you're in control of it, because you're educating your partners on what it is that you want to achieve. Okay, so A's, B's and C's. That's these are the categories of people that we want to work with. We've got your C category, strategic partners. That's where people start. So when I say 30 strategic partners, I should have said 30 potential strategic partners. They come in at the C level. These are the people that come and say, yeah, I'll give you a referral, and then most of them never will. So we give people 30 days to generate that first lead. Then they become a B category. So these are people that you've got a healthy relationship with, that you channel something to on a regular basis. Then eventually some of them will move up to becoming A class strategic partners. These are the people that are churning stuff to you on a really regular basis, that you probably touch base with on weekly, sometimes maybe more than a week, and the relationship has potentially become more of a personal one than a professional one. That's okay, but what you've got to remember is that it is not the partner's job to close the deal. It's your job to close the deal. You've got to educate the partner on the right person to refer to you. It's no good them doing your pitch for you and then offering something that you can't. It's all about education. Yeah. So start them off at C's, move them up to B's. That's where probably the bulk of people are going to remain. So you're looking at maybe between 10 and 15 C category people at any one time, between 6 and 10 B category people at any one time, and ideally maybe 3 to 5, if you can get them, A class category strategic partners. That's going to allow you to work with the new ones more and educate them properly, and do what's required with the others, where you're obviously giving something to them so that you're receiving the benefit, but you aren't overworking yourself on this sales channel. Does that make sense? So when we've got these people for a first meeting, what you need to do is you need to sit down with them. This is a partnership, so it's something that you've got to build together. Now obviously you're going to sit down with a brand new partner. They're not going to want to open their address book and give you the creme de la creme of their people. What you want to do is you want to ask them for a test. Is there anyone that you can think of right now that we can sit down with and do a test run with, so I can show you the level of service that I'm going to provide them? Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach out to them by email. Obviously you've got to get the permission to do that. The partner's got to get permission for you to be able to do that. You're going to approach them, copy in the person that's referred them so they know where it's come from, so they can also see the level of service that you're going to provide. It also means that if nothing comes from it, you can then say to the partner, right, I'll give it 48 hours, send them an email, follow up in 48 hours. If that doesn't work, I'll give them a call. I'll give you a call so that you know what's going on. Because when the prospect gets the level of service that you're providing and you over deliver on that service, they're going to be so grateful to that partner that they're going to want to do more. That's why you've got to go above and beyond what you would normally do. Yeah. So when you've got to work with a lot of people in this sales channel, you've got to kiss a lot of frogs to get your princes. But when you get it right, you are going to be generating leads left, right, and center, to the point where you're going to have to think, do you know what? This is a nice problem to have. But you've got to stick with it. It's really hard to crack, but if you can crack that sales channel, it's going to help you a lot. Okay, so just remember A's, B's, and C's. Write a list of 30 potential people and then contact them. Have meetings with them. Meet them for a coffee. Tell them what you want to do. Ask out who they want to meet so that you can pass business back to them as well. What you've got to do, the hardest part with it is starting. Is write that list. Write that list of 30 people and then give them 30 days. And if they aren't generating anything, scratch them off the list and replace it with someone else. I'm Nigel from SME Skills. I hope you found that useful. Tune into the next video. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.